Oh, for goodness sake. What is this? Dennis. Yuck. He has splattered my door with slurry. Hello everybody and welcome back to Letton Farm. Now it has been 2 weeks since the previous vlog. It's been very busy and many things have happened in the time between the previous vlog and the current one. Yes, I thought I'd just turn the lights off as it is costing me a small fortune in electricity. There should be a switch around here as well, I think, for this shed. I'm not too sure exactly where it is. Ah, there we go. That switch controls these two sheds then. Now, at the end of the previous vlog, I did show you what Dennis had done. Incredibly childish, and he has actually been punished for what he did. I did tell the police, of course, because it was criminal damage at the end of the day. He had positioned his slurry spreader here, left it going, and he was covering the house in some lovely stinky slurry. The door had to be replaced. It was wood, and it's just absorbed all those scents. So he had to pay for that. Also, he had to clean the windows and pressure wash the brickwork. He's also been fined for his actions. So otherwise, that's all come to a close. I don't think he'll do that kind of thing again. However, the one thing which hasn't come to a close is this tractor here. The police have confirmed that before I even had hold of this tractor, Dennis had reported an IMT 533 stolen. So basically what I have to do, and what the police have to do more importantly, is try and get to the bottom of who sent it to the scrapyard. Technically the scrapyard should have some details of those individuals, or the individual who traded it in, who just basically sold it to them as mixed scrap. It was stolen, most likely, from Dennis, most likely. Will I be able to keep it? Probably not. Have I wasted my money on the tyres? Yeah. So the police have actually said that because they haven't confirmed that this is the stolen tractor, I can keep using it as if it was mine. But yeah, if it is theirs, if it is Dennis's, then unfortunately it's going to go. So I might be able to get my money back from the scrapyard, but I seriously doubt it. When I say money, I mean get paid for the scrap which I traded in. But I think really, yeah, it's just going to be a short time visitor to the farm. It's going to spend a few days here. And that is pretty much it. Anyway, I have just paid £10,000 towards the mortgage. We have, I think, £185,000 remaining. So it's pretty good, but it's still a really substantial amount of money. Anyway, today, what I need to do is clean out the silage bunker just here, the silage pit. There's not a massive amount here, so it just needs to be taken out. And I think I'm going to pile it up in one of these sheds over here. Either, well, here, or across the other side of the road. I could potentially put it in here if I wanted to. I think I would prefer to put it in the shed over there though, since there is a better floor. This is a bit dirty. So it doesn't matter too much that it's dirty, it's just this is a bit more hygienic. This is concrete after all. So yeah, most likely putting it into here. And then I need to go and get my grass which I cut over here. So I think what I'm going to do is just essentially pick it up with a loading wagon. Then we're going to put it into the silage pit, compact it down, and it can be my very first silage clamp. The previous silage clamp was actually Peter Wood's. I did make it, but yeah, it didn't actually belong to me. So this needs to be picked up. It has been way too long since it was cut. It will start to grow. So yeah, it just needs to be collected up as efficiently as possible. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to row it together, but yeah, it is a job for today. But first, we must just go over to the yard and get the original silage cleared up and put in a nice, neat pile. If we have time, I'm also going to be doing a bit of harvesting, but it just comes to how much time we've got. Also, the field over there, as you'll know, we do have two fields to let. So this is one of the fields. The field furthest away from us with, I think it's got oilseed rape in it. That field is actually under agreement to be let out. So the agreement is, as soon as it has been harvested, the, well, not new owners, but new tenants, I guess you could say, will be taking it over and doing whatever they need to do with it. Probably putting in a crop. So yeah, it's amazing how much stuff does happen in 2 weeks. I really do need to actually focus on getting that harvested though, the field which is to let, because if it isn't done, then they're just going to be able to harvest it themselves and sell all the grain they get out of it for profit. It would be just a pure profit. So I really need to get it moved. I need to get it sold and all finished with. So yeah, let's go and grab the loader tractor, which is of course the New Holland. Okay, so we do already have the trailer on the back, which is great, but we don't have a bucket on it, so that does need to be attached to it first. What I could do actually is use the grapple. I believe the grapple is actually already with the silage pit, so that would be a wise idea. I think I was using it last on the manure pile, so it really could do with a bit of a clean. Also, I'm not too sure how efficiently it'll be able to pick up the silage, but hopefully it will be fairly efficient. This is quite tight through here, with the gate being shut behind me. Should be manageable. Okay, good. There is the combine harvester. So, yeah, obviously job one of today is to move this pile of fermented silage. I don't know if we're going to use the trailer, but it is worth taking it just in case. Just in case I want to put it on the other side of the yard ready, because if it's going to go the other side of the yard, it is quite a bit of transporting if I was going to do it one bucket load at a time. Anyway, that gate can stay open, no problem at all, especially as we're going to be heading through there again later. But chances are this will be done without the trailer, and I'm just going to keep moving it with the grapple to the neighbouring shed. Okay. Yeah, so I could really do with a pressure washer actually. I can't really justify putting a manure contaminated grapple in all of the silage. I might have used it already to pick up some. I don't know if I have. But yeah, it does need to be cleaned. It's just hygiene. It must be done. So this is going to set me back a bit of money. These pressure washers aren't cheap. So I think what I'd do is jump onto the IMT. And since it is probably going to be the last time I'm going to be able to use it, I'm going to use some of the fuel which is in it to head over to the store, and I'm going to see what they've got. Hopefully they do have a used pressure washer. I can't afford to buy a new one unless I just used like a very cheap domestic one, but chances are this agricultural dealership does not have cheap domestic pressure washers. They're most likely going to have some fairly commercial heavy duty ones. So if they only have new ones, then unfortunately I'm just going to have to let the rain do the job. I guess I could use the IBC, put some water on it, but yeah, I'd prefer to wash it properly. So let's just go and see what they've got. Okay, here we are. So I'll go and speak to them. Hope there isn't too much of a queue. What machines do they have here these days? They've sold quite a lot of stuff actually. There did used to be a lot of machinery here. I see they still have the old plough. And actually they still have the John Deere. The runaway John Deere. Clearly nobody has wanted to buy it just yet. I could buy it back. But yeah, I don't think they're going to want to do it for a loss. We're going to have to pay more if we want to have it back. It wouldn't be worth it. Okay, so they do have a Karcher mobile pressure washer, the HDR. It is not that expensive, but it is well used. I have agreed to buy it, so I have got it. On top of this, we do have to get some cleansing soap, and also we have to pay for the water, of course. It is mobile, so you do have to fill it up with the water, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. Seems like a fairly good deal. Okay, so we have now got it attached to the little tractor here, and well, the size of it just sort of gives you a pretty good idea of how industrial this thing is. It's bigger than the tractor. So yeah, let's just take a quick look here. You can see lots of different controls. The pump and the engine. There's the nozzle. I'm looking forward to using this, but like I say, we do have to get a few extras for it. One of them is this 50-pound drum of vehicle cleanser, as you can see. So that's going to have to be put into it, but also the water. I do luckily have a water supply over at the farm, so we don't have to go carting Bowsers around. So if I just take the cap off of there, I should be able to put it into it. I've got two. There we go. Two should be good enough. Should last for some time. And yeah, the cap is going to have to be put back on. So let's just get that there and put it back on. There we go, good. So yeah, let's go and fill it up with water. This is taking me a bit longer than I was expecting, so I do need to get this done, and I need to get cracking with the moving of the silage. Now as for this farm over here, I don't really know what to do. I don't want to put any more crops in, since there is the potential for me not to ever reap the rewards of the crop, since if it does go out as a tenant farmer, or as a tenant farm, it's going to be just lost, really. I would never really see the full benefit of it. So I'm just going to leave it. I'll obviously cut a bit of grass if I need to, but the arable fields are unfortunately just going to have to be left. Now if it does go too long without anybody showing any interest at all, then I'm going to have to just take over the farm again, farming as I used to, which will be very hectic, it'll be very busy, but there isn't really a solution to it. If nobody wants to take it over, then, well, nobody's going to take it over. It's as simple as that. I see we have lots of wool. That is going to have to be sold when the price is good. Hopefully the price is good fairly soon. It could do with the money, although I'm not really suffering at the moment financially. Of course the water is going to cost me a bit more. The water bill just for filling this up is going to be, I would say, it would be about £50. Cost £100 to put the cleanser in. Anyway, let's go over there. This is all just to wash the grapple, but of course next time it won't be quite as much of a job, because I don't have to go and buy and set up the pressure washer. After all this, I'm looking forward to using it. It should be good. Anyway, yes, this sign here I'm sure will be going very soon. That is the crop which I do need to harvest urgently. And then somebody else is going to be taking over the field. I'll still own it, but they're going to be paying £500 a week in rent. So just a nice bit of extra income for me. Sounds like a lot, but I could probably make more than that harvesting crops. It's just, it's guaranteed income even through the winter. So yeah, it is, I would say, better just about than having crops in there. Okay then. Put this just out of the way. I think if I just put it in here, should be fine. I'm also going to drop the trailer off there because I really don't think I'm going to be needing it. And now I can finally attach the grapple to this. It doesn't even look that dirty, it's just, it will be. Just naturally dirty. It's all opened up. And let's give it a clean. Right then. So first time using it, I've just put some fuel in, by the way. Forgot to put the fuel in. Nice and clean. Should be fine. So yeah, it's going to come in really handy. That pressure washer. Should be very good in the future for other jobs as well. And now, because I don't want to be in the way, I'm going to have to put this around the corner. If that's where the food is going, then yeah, I want to be completely out of the way. I can put it in here. And let's commence moving the silage. Okay, so I have almost finished the moving of the fermented silage. There's just a few pieces stuck in the corners. I don't actually have any kind of cleaning tools. I'm just ready with the grapple. So I've got to get right into the edges here. Getting it all out of there. So it's nice and clean, ready for the fresh chaff which is going to be brought in. Okay, so it's all cleared and ready for the next load to be put into here. I do just finally have a very small amount of silage on the grapple, so I'm just gonna put it in the pile. And as for the trailer, which is actually currently full of fermented silage, I think it would be wise to keep it in there for now. I don't want to keep it in there for too long, but yeah, just for the next couple of days, just in case I do suddenly have enough money to be able to buy some cows. Then I don't have to mess around scooping it up. I can just easily tip it from the trailer into their feed trough. So if I can just attach it to the back of the tractor, then I can just pull it under cover. I suppose the alternative would be to put the sheet over, but then I worry it would start to really sweat, which I don't want it to do. So just squeeze through this gap, and we'll position it here. Now, the tractor we're going to be using for picking up the other grass is going to have to be the Massey Ferguson 390T. So it's going to be a relatively easy job. I don't have a windrower though to row it together, so it's going to be easy, but yeah, easy to also miss a few bits, which is unfortunate. The other thing, well, I guess I do have a windrower actually, but yeah, it's probably not worth using on that field because it's so small. So I'm going to attempt it, but it does mean, of course, either leasing or purchasing a loading wagon, which I would like to do. I think we're going to be using a loading wagon quite a bit in the future, so if it isn't too expensive, it would be wise to actually go and buy one outright, but yeah, it comes down to the price. So it is currently 20 to 3. I'm hoping to be able to sell the wool tomorrow, so hopefully the price is good tomorrow. That would bring, if it was a really good price, it would bring in, I'd say £10,000. So, quite a substantial amount. Anyway, let's see if they have a loading wagon. Okay, so unfortunately, once again, they don't have anything used. They just have a new one which they do rent out to people. So, they'll be charging me around £2,500 to rent it out to me for today. I guess that's good. It's not ideal because it's not a huge amount of ground, so maybe I should rethink the approach here. Okay, so I've actually just been browsing the auction site because I've worked out that £2,500 is just way too much to spend on renting the forage wagon just for one very small field. And I've come across this Krone Turbo 2500, which is currently only on £500. So even if it went for £2,500, I'd still have it for the future. So it comes off tomorrow. The bidding on this ends tomorrow, so I'm very tempted to wait and hopefully win the bidding. So we buy it and then bring it across to the farm and then do it that way, because then I'll have it for the future. So no, dealership, I'm going to have to hold back. I can't afford that kind of money. You'd think that just for a very small field they'd just give it to me for a few £100 for an hour or so. It's just too much. Way too much. So I think for the remaining couple of hours we're going to set the combine up in the field. So I'm going to go and put this tractor away in the shed. Only problem is I do need the trailer in the next day or so. So yeah, I really don't know what to do here. Ideally, I require two of everything, 2 trailers, and yeah, it is a very tricky situation to be in. Worst comes to the worst, I'm just going to have to tip it out, but I really don't want to because it took me a while to load that. Anyway, yeah, let's go and jump into the combine and we'll take it over to that field over there. I think, from what I can remember, it was 3 days' time that the transfer happens. So, I still have time. I still have good time, as long as the weather stays good. Right. Yeah, also, the grass shouldn't grow that quickly just there. Besides, I'm hoping to still do it tomorrow. I'm just trying to think of the best way of doing this financially. Now, where did I put the header? It'd be on the trailer somewhere. Did I put it in the shed behind me? I'm not too sure. Ooh. No interest on this field here yet. there is still time. I'm expecting somebody at some point to contact me for some kind of show or auction or something, since it has already been used for that purpose, and it is just the ideal piece of land. It has good access from the road, and, well, it's not the best grass ever, so it is best for shows. Okay. Now I want to be positioned so I'm not crushing the crop too much. If I can just back up, I'll hopefully be able to put the trailer in this wider headland, and I'm hopefully going to be able to reverse around the corner. So I park here. Seems good. Now I'm here, where I've got the combine trailer. Yeah, I've just remembered that I didn't bring it across, because there wasn't really space for it, but there will be soon, very soon. I think really the Hilux is the best vehicle for transporting it. So let's jump out and attach to it. There we go. And we're not going very far. I can actually take a shortcut through here. Providing I can make the turn. Yes, I didn't think of the turn. And yeah, I mustn't drive over the logs because they'll really send the header flying. Yeah, it should be alright. Shouldn't be an issue getting around here. Okay, is that... oh, maybe I'm not through enough. It's very important to be all the way through. Yep, that's good. So we'll close that gate, and I can now go and reverse it into the field, so we're ready to go tomorrow. I don't think it'll be worth starting today. So tomorrow I'm hoping to get the field harvested completely, and also get the other field picked up, but I mustn't forget to bid on that forage wagon. Very important. Unless the price goes too high. Okay, so there we go. It is in the field. And so far, no crops have been destroyed. So there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And in the next vlog, like I say, we're going to be working in this field and getting the other field all finished off. And this one will be completed, ready for the transfer. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new owners are going to do.